Hey everybody, this is Max Farrell. This is Dex Trader 2.0 and trading live with Max on Nadex. Today there was a lot of news happening in the morning. I'd say a lot. You know, the CAD does a lot of damage when it gets out there and does some few things. And then some little piddling news throughout the day. I did have this little sniper zone from 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I did pretty good on my corporate account. This is my personal account that you're going to see here. This is my Nadex personal account. And we got in on this signal here, this signal pack that came out of all the JPYs that came out. Good news, there is correlation between all the cells, JPYs, all the cells, everything's looking pretty good. But we had, this is more of a counter trend trade. Now I'm going with the highest rate of success, Audi JPY. We popped it up here on the friends over at TradingView page. We're looking at this as a trend up, even though that it's for a sell. We're looking at levels expanding up in here, and I'll show you what those levels look like on our system here on Audi JPY. This is the 1 hour chart where we're sitting right around 83, 36, 35. Is a very strong resistance area. As you can kind of see, hasn't penetrated for a long time. If I even pull back just even a little bit further, you'll be able to see hasn't done so since May 25th. So right around 2 weeks ago. It hasn't pierced that time, and it really did come back to that point. But we're sitting up about 83.40 on the mark. Now, if I do get close to penetrating this 83.38 zone, which I'll put a mark on here, right there, big old thick line there. So when I pop in here, I can kind of see that. Ooh, let me expand this out, back out again. There we go. And so when I come down to my shorter levers here, this is where I want to be. You know, I want to avoid anything that closes over this at that particular time within reason. Not so much breaking structure going up, because we're going a counter trend at the moment. So we're not really worried about the trend value, if you will. In this particular trade, it's a higher risk trade because we're sort of playing on the anticipation of this counter trend. You know, higher highs happening. It's going to come down. It might come up to about right here and then dip back down. And it's that dip, that second dip, 1, 2, 3, 4 bars in, that we're going to sort of anticipate there. So this is a higher risk trade. I will be paying attention to it. If I break out right around here, I think that was, is that right? No. Let me bring it down right about here. This will push me out to about 1.8 on my scale for the 83.30 or 83.40. Level. So we'll keep that in mind. This is on the 5-minute chart. Once I get down to the 1-minute chart, I'm really paying attention to that process if this gets closed. So I'm going to be watching this for the next 45 minutes just to kind of see where we're at. Okay. That's basically it. I went over to Nadex, got myself a pretty good price, got myself $28 for the contract. I'm sitting about 5 pips off of it right now. It'll sit right in this profit loss zone. Market makers are not really happy about some of the movement that's happened already with this pair and for the sell that's about to happen. So I think they're going to try to pull us in to get some even better pricing here, but it's still sitting at 28, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to add in more. I'm at my limit for what I want to trade on this account. I'm doing about 3 contracts. I will get into doing 4, 5, and 6 4 and 5 contracts tomorrow or next week, beginning next week. Today's Friday. I rarely ever trade on Friday, but this was just an opportunity that I was able to see. Everything looked out pretty good, and we'll move it from there. See you in a microsecond. Okay, so just as another variant to be able to check how well things can do, because you can look at support and resistance, you can kind of speculate, you know, the process of how well can it do and bounce off support areas and resistance areas and all that kind of good stuff. But you can also look at the success of the signal itself. And one of the features that I really do like with our site, of course, I like all of it, but is that when you have an opportunity to look at previous history and just short-term history, you don't need to look at the time history over the last 3 years or anything, but just the last 30 or 40 trades or signals that have happened for a particular pair. So I'm going to choose the Audi JPY, and I'm going to have a look at this. And you could do this just right on our spreadsheet, just clicking on this little plus sign right here, isolate the variable Audi JPY, and you can look at this. You can even look at the sell side, just go like that, and see what is the win determination. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 trades, 1 loss. That's a 90% success rate for a sell. Okay. And most of them have 2 or 3 pips more in winning on that side. So I'm not too worried about it. Even if we did all of them together, we're sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21. So 19 and 2. So let's do 19 divided by 21. And that's a 90% success rate. So I'm really liking the value here, right? The other thing you can do is hit our DPC tab up here. Go to NA intraday results. Go down to Audi JPY. You can immediately see the results here. 91%, 94%. So that's pretty good overall. So within the last day, within the last 24 hours, 100% success. In the last week, where 12 trades have been done, 91%. So pretty good. In the last month, 17 trades been done at 94.1%. So pretty good. The best session, New York, which we're in. The best hour at 1300, which is 1 o'clock. The average is about 12.7 pips. And the worst hour is at 9 o'clock in the morning. So 9 to 10 o'clock. So it's from when the trade starts, the signal comes out. So from 1300 to 1400 is the best trade hour. So we're not into that one, but we're not into this one either. Okay, so that does me really well. Plus, we're 2 pips up further than we are on what the signal is. So I'm 2 pips up, which is like perfect zone for me. And that's why I went all 3 contracts on this particular trade. All right, we'll see you in another microsecond. Hey, everybody, this is Max Farrow. This is Dex Trader. And listen, hey, you were gone for a millisecond. While you weren't looking, I kind of scalped out. Why? Because I have to go. Sometimes this happens. If you got to leave, if you got to go do something, if you can't sit and just pay attention to the market the entire time, check your numbers. Make sure that you feel good about where you're at and that, you could still possibly lose that trade. I didn't tell myself that, but I knew that we were going to be doing well. I'll try to keep you apprised in the description here whether or not this would have won or not if I was going to stick around. But I wanted you to see how I got into the trade, and now I've gotten out of the trade. And the only marker I got out of the trade, because look, it's done exactly what I said. We're in this counterpoint trade here, this counter trend trade here, and this is where it's going right now. So, and it's going to come down. It's not going to break structure right here, but it's just going to keep going and come back up around in this area. So I will get back to you as soon as possible. All right. And you'll see another trade here soon. That's probably the end for me for the week. Today is Friday, June 9th, 2017. Let me do that again. 2017. So we'll try to let that go. Take care, and I'll see you next time. I'm Max Farrow. This is Dex Trader, trading live with Max. And as always, trade well.